Good morning, welcome to Friday's live trading. This is Kim speaking. Now today, just looking at these markets, just waiting. We've got some news coming out. We've had some news just coming out actually, and we've got some more news coming out, and we'll leave this to come out for the euro on the eurozone, for example. Figures not coming out particularly great at the moment. The French February services PMI came in at 43.6 versus the 47 expected. Looking at the euro here, it's just come down to a short time frame. Well, it's not had a massive move on it. Maybe it will see more, but waiting for the German figures to come in at 8:30. So it's a bit of a patience game. Wait to see what these numbers give this morning. May all be reversing. Now I did call a trade yesterday on our system, and we are sitting in a bit of a trade at the moment, which long on the euro. So really would like this to push up. I mean, I can give you. I can't show you the call that I actually made, but I did make the call on our system, so it's on our system from that point of view. But this is. Is this the open position? Yep, there's the open position sitting in there. This is on a specific account that's trading this particular strategy that's sort of running through there. So that's just running at the moment. Got that rolling. It has got the stop up to break even on that particular position at this stage because of the way the strategy works. But looking at the markets, as I said, I will wait a bit longer on the for some euro action. You've got the UK data coming at 8:30. We just double topped on the pound here at the moment, and we've had some really horrible figures come out over on the earlier numbers coming out there. The retail sales well down than expected for January, so I would have expected maybe a bigger sell-off on this. We may still see a bigger drawdown on the pound, but we got at 9:30. We got the flash services. We'll see what shapes up here, but for now, well, double top, having a bit of a reaction, but the dollar's getting a bit of a sell this morning, it seems, and well, the markets are getting through the bad news, just throwing it out. The bad news at the end of the day is probably mostly around the world, so it's almost been ignored. Good news is not being ignored so much, and we're seeing much more action when we saw it with the US dollar. Sorry, I don't know why I came down to such a low time frame here. We've seen it with the US dollar, where a bit good news, it really gave it a bit of a kicker during the week. But for now, I'm sitting here and I will be waiting to see if I can see any setups. Dollar yen still pushing to the downside, but I was looking at the short-term time frame. Nothing to really get into on here. It's a horrible for this 5-minute chart. Horrible looking market. Maybe if it retraces to far enough, we may get into an order, but it's quite tight ranged on the yen, so I've been sort of mainly leaving it alone. Other pairings, we've seen the Aussie pushing back up this morning, but I think we'll just let this data come out before I start trading in. Again, I don't want to be buying into this high. It's been pushing up quite nicely, looks quite strong, but it may be just buying into a high here, so bit wary, maybe looking for a breakout and retrace. So euro might give me an add-in at some point. I'm just looking, maybe not at the moment. Let's just have a check on there. May give an add-in trade, depends where it closes this current hour. But that's it to start with, but I will be back soon. There I turn this on, and there we go. So yesterday's trade there, just hitting target. So that was a 2%er sitting there. In terms of its outcome, let me just that's a 2%, so I'll just put if I bring the history into play, open position's gone, history, I just need to bring this into play and just run through that briefly. So yesterday's trade there just called around, was it 9:44 open time yesterday. It triggered a trade. So this is a particular account for a particular strategy I'm trading here. So there it was. It's just closed at 8:42 today, netting effectively 2%. So these are 2% winners on this that's sitting through. So at the moment there's no more open positions. There's no pending orders, but I'm going to put a pending order in because I've got yet another trade setting up, and not that I'm particularly pleased to take this at this time of the morning, but I'm just about to set up a ticket ready, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, so just sit it, just got a ticket sort of ready here, but can't bring it into play yet because I don't know what the high is. So I just need to see what the high is, and then this candle just needs to close at 9 o'clock, and then I can look at the potential for this just to set the ticket up. So just waiting another few minutes. I won't leave you rolling on this recording for that time, so just put it back on pause. Okay, just placing this order here. It might go off quite quickly, so I've just placed this order for this particular trade setup. Let's just see how it goes, but it's fractionally above the current bar, just looking for a continuation really here. So the order's been placed. If it doesn't set up in an hour, I just cancel it, but so it's got an hour to go. So it was a kiss of death when I put this back onto running on the video here, and it does look like we're going to trigger the high here and trigger this trade. I'm looking at 21.35, so just a snatch above where it's been already there. So as I turned it back on, I thought that'll be the kiss of death for it, but no, it seems like it might just trigger that trade. So on this particular account which I'm trading this strategy off, it's sitting there, and it's a 1% risk, 2% reward. That's what we're looking for on that. Okay, so just triggered here. The orders all been placed. So I'm in a long position now on the euro dollar. So we'll see where that takes us. So that's open position. So there you go, open position at the bottom there. So we are long on the euro dollar. Okay, many hours later, he returns. Sorry, I've been talking to our day trading clients today, so these videos are a little bit disjointed at times. Well, I have to put them first. The trade we took, still in it. It's just below break even, just shortly out of water at the moment. Everything else is taking a bit of a kicker this afternoon, it seems, but the euro at the moment, it's consolidating. I'll leave it running. The principle behind the strategy I was using is a sort of a momentum continuation sort of move. It's not moved, but much at this moment. It has had a good old had a good old morning in terms of points movement anyway. We'd come out of a trade, as I said beforehand, just before this one triggered, but the thing is, if I don't take every single trade, well, then I'm potentially leaving behind some winners, and of course I'll be you would hope you might be losing below a loser, but there's still a lot of day to go. I will leave this running for now. It's currently on my time frame 13:34, so I'm leaving this to run for now. It looks like it's got some potential further upside, but I looked across against some of the other cross pairs, and it's probably not as strong. In fact, looking across the other pairs, I'll just do this exercise for you. Let me just bring in a little heat map, market analysis, and look at the heat map and show you where things are sitting today. And just bring this little heat map through there. And of course the US dollar is still looking very soft here, so this is the US dollar. The euro dollar sitting on the fence a little bit here. Obviously it is up against the US dollar by 0.3 at the moment, but it's still got some potential. Cable looked like it was going massively strong, but well, it's stronger against some pairs than others, and it looked a lot, actually it's doing a bit better than it was. Still the strongest currency out there is the Aussie dollar, followed by the New Zealand dollar across their peers, so it's across all the majors that I'm looking at. And the Canadian dollar following in third place. So it's really a commodity-led sort of bounce that we're seeing here. I say commodity-led, dollar weakness, hence commodities push up. The commodity currencies tend to do better, and that's what we're seeing here. The euro yens both sit a little bit more on the fence, but with potential. But against their peers, they're not doing so well, if that makes sense. So that's where we're sitting at the moment. As I said, I'm going to carry on. I'll leave this trade to be whatever it does, one way or the other for now, and I'll come back shortly. Okay, many hours later, I've come back to the look at the charts. I say coming back, but we've been talking here all afternoon. As I said earlier, the main use is for our members of our day trading community, so when I record these I'm often very busy, really going through different things here, so it's just sort of flashing on and off. The day's finished in terms of with the day trading members. Now I'm just sort of finishing this video off, but nothing's really happened here too much. Open position wise, well, still in a position. It's currently down a fraction. It's not very much down at all. Can't even, well, it's sort of opening point in terms of opened at, there's the pen handy. So we opened probably in the most ugliest point ever this morning, and when it sort of set up, my strategy set up today, I just thought, oh my goodness, I don't want to take it there, and I really felt like that. But it's one of these strategies that you can't ignore it, whether it's well, whatever it's doing. It's I've been trading it since the 15th of 15th of January on this particular account. Let me just go to the history here. I'll bring in most of this for you to see. There we go. See, but it's been running from the 15th, and this is the, I mean, this is all the positions in here. In fact, it really makes no difference. There you go. So there's the full set of positions that's running through it at the moment, or that's run through it. Open positions, just the one that we're currently in. There's no pending orders, nothing else. This is just one strategy running. As I said, that was just a trial on the pound there. Aside of that, it's been the euro. It's running. It's a 1,700 quid account. It's up 240 quid or something like that. This since the 15th, so for about a month it's been running, and it's done well over 10%, which is okay. It's running better than the back testing and everything else. It's a strategy I've been trading for a long time. But the thing is with it is you look at it like this and you think, well, it's just come up and the signal's all working, and you think, oh, I don't really want to take that. There was a trade yesterday. I looked at it and I thought, oh, I'm not so sure about that. But the thing is, it's one of those, it comes up, it's set up in a particular way. It does go with often with a larger momentum of the movement, and it's just got to be taken. And it's, as I say, it sometimes it feels a little bit uncomfortable to take some of these. You see, I mean, actually, one or two I thought, well, oh, that's a short. I mean, it was up quite a long way this particular trade, and then just rolled over and stopped me. Say quite a long way. It didn't quite get to its halfway. If it got to halfway, it would have done what this did and been a blank trade effectively. But yeah, it's just the way it is. You can't second guess the strategy. I don't know. It might have another winning run of another 10 winners. You just don't know what's going to happen. It's been working quite well. Obviously, it's had these zeros, and that's a bit of swap fee there and a pip slippage on this trade here. But generally, it's running in the right direction. So as ever, it's a strategy. You've got to trade it out. It's going to no doubt go through a bit of a loss position. Doesn't really matter. The overall idea of the trade is that I'm risking 1% on that to aim for 2. Sorry about the doctor's writing there. Aiming for 2% each time. So literally 1-to-1 risk reward. Really very simple, and it's running. I'm going to leave this running. It will probably run over the weekend if it doesn't stop it out tonight. At a certain level, I will move the stop to break even at 1-to-1. It's the rules. It's my rules I made, and it works pretty well. So I'll do that but it's looking very unlikely. It needs to get up to another 20 pips or so this afternoon, which. Looking at a Friday afternoon at 5:15, not sure that's going to happen. Anyway, there we are. That's where I'm leaving it today. Didn't get any other trades. This market's the pound, just zip through these very quickly. Whoops, looking at the yen, the pound, right? Pound, please. I mean, it just zips up there, and it's just consolidated for most of today as well. It was quite an early push up there, shove up there. They liked the results, the numbers this morning. Well, some of them didn't like retail sales, but they liked the flash manufacturing. Yen's given some away this afternoon, but well, it may correct itself a little bit. But really, it wasn't a trade that I saw there on the long side or anything we could do. So, and the Aussie dollar again, and one that's steamed up there without barely a retrace today. Really pushed up. Now this is where you sort of see these R2s, which I'm looking at thinking, don't want to trade beyond that. Well, look, this one's doubled itself today, so you just got, as I said, if the setup had come up on here, I would have equally looked to have taken it if it had been the currency I was trading it on. Anyway, that's it for me. I wish you a great weekend, and I will speak to you no doubt in the mornings next week or in a couple of weeks' time. Bye for now.